Hey guys, today I'm sharing with you this soft romantic rosy eye look. I really love the way it came out with these really soft blendable shadows from Ittse, and especially with these long fluttery lashes. So go ahead and keep on watching to see how I got this look. So I'm starting out with two different primers on my skin. First is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I take a pump of this and just put it all across my face, all over, working it in, checking my notifications on my phone, and making sure that it's nice and smoothed in. And for the second primer, using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer in the Smoothing Primer. Just a little bit of this on the center of my face on some of the larger pores. For foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi in the shade N3 and my Real Techniques blender to blend it into my skin, focusing on getting a nice smooth finish and dealing with that little baby hair that's in the way.
Here we go!
To highlight the high points of my face, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Light, and applying that to my under eye area, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on the middle of my forehead, chin, and Cupid's bow, and then just blending that in with my same blender from Real Techniques. Those hairs, they're trying to play me right now. It's crazy. And just blending it in for a nice smooth finish. Then taking my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and dusting it on the same places where I placed concealer to set it and forget it. And for a slight bronze around my face, using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in the shade Medium Deep, hitting my cheekbones and the other areas around the perimeter of my face to give just a little bit of a glow and warm up my skin. Not a harsh contour or anything like that, but get a little bit of warmth in my skin. And taking the same bronzer and my Morphe E47 brush and bringing it down the sides of my nose for a slight nose contour just to deepen it up a little bit and play with some shadows. Let's add a little color to the cheeks. Just a couple pats of the Too Faced Love Blush blush in the color I Will Always Love You. Such a pretty peachy color, perfect for this look. My brows are a little bit sparse, so I'm going to fill in a couple areas in the front and along the tail with the Anastasia Brow Powder and number 7 brush, using the angled brush on one end to fill them in, and then taking the spoolie and brushing them out a bit. I'm going to use the same Urban Decay concealer and apply just a little bit under my eyebrow on my brow bone to highlight here and get us ready for our eyeshadow, and then also clean up any areas on the brow that I feel like I might have gotten a little messy, free-handed, and just make it a little bit more of a clean, clear line. Oh yes. Yup, the power of concealer. There we go. Hello eyebrow, how you doing? Yeah. Let's go ahead and start with eyes. I'm going to be using this Ittse palette that I custom created on their website with some of my favorite shades, some of my all-time favorites, and some that I was more interested in playing with, like this orange and turquoise. And I'm going to start out with a transition shade. This is actually a brow powder in the color Blondie, and put this all throughout my crease, back and forth windshield wiper motions, and then a little bit of swirls just to blend it all in. I really like how blendable these Ittse shadows are because you don't have to work too hard to get the pigment that you want on your lid. For this, I just dip my brush in a couple of times and already you have a full lid of color, which to me is something I'm always looking for in an eyeshadow. So I really love this transition shade right here. Next up, I'm going to be grabbing this lighter soft pinkish lavender shade in the color Boho. It's a matte shadow and it's such a beautiful color. I think it's really flattering for brunettes, for blondes, redheads, all spectrums of hair color, but I just particularly love this color and I think it's really pretty. Let's take a little bit more of the boho shade and I'm going to pack this directly onto my lid. I'm still using the same brush because these colors are so similar where, you don't have to be that precise. We're going to blend it all together in the end anyway. But pack a little bit more of that shadow onto my lid and then wipe it back and forth into the crease, blending it with our previous transition color. Oh yes, definitely feeling this color. Let's go ahead and brighten things up a little bit. I'm going to be using this soft white shimmery shade in the color Alabaster. I would say this is a direct dupe for MAC's Nylon. It's really bright white, very intense inner corner highlight. So putting that in the inner corner tear duct and then starting to feather it upward towards the center of my eye, getting a soft blend and kind of an ombre with the rosy pink boho color. For this I'm using a much smaller tapered brush. This is the Morphe E18, so it's a very densely packed small blending brush to do this work. I'm going to grab this dark chocolatey brown color. It's called Cabin in the Woods. It's a matte shadow on the same teeny tiny small E18 brush and work it into my crease, focusing on putting the brush into my eye socket and basically working it in, deepening up through the crease and adding a little bit more dimension into these softer colors that we've been playing with thus far.
Here we go.
And then taking our same blending brush from before, cleaning off any loose color on that, and just doing windshield wiper and swirly motions, getting all of that blended in together. Balance out the lower lash line by adding just a touch of Cabin in the Woods, that chocolatey brown color, with a pencil brush to my lash line, and focus on just smudging it in ever so slightly, trying to be careful not to make things too heavy, but just a light dusting of color to give it some depth and balance out the upper half of my eyeshadow. Adding my favorite step of all, black winged liner. So beautiful. I actually saw a really funny meme on Instagram and it was, why does drawing a black line across my eyelid make me feel so beautiful? And I just thought that was really funny because it's true. Something about liquid liner just completes the look and I don't know, I love it. I just love it. And then for the struggle, always making sure that your liner is even. Really have to focus here. Deep breaths, say a little prayer, check the other side, make sure it's all coming together. You know how it goes. Alright, let's get a little highlight going, you guys. Taking my Morphe fan brush and this Ittse Zanzibar highlighter. The shade is Zanzibar and it is so pretty. I love this color. It's really kind of a pinky pearlescent color. Really shimmery, really bright, finely milled, and it just looks gorgeous. It's definitely a glow from within powder. So popping a little bit of this along my cheekbones and bringing it up towards the tail end of my brows, kind of going for a strobing type effect. A little bit on the tip of my nose, not too much because it can get a little out of hand quickly, but just focusing on the high points of my face. Let's get some lashes on, guys. These are Flutter lashes. I cannot remember the name of them. I'll have to put them in the description bar below, but they are gorgeous. With these lashes, always make sure that you are cutting them to size. Oftentimes they come for, any size eye, so they're going to be much, much larger. So make sure that you cut them down to the right size, otherwise they're going to look really ridiculous. yeah, ridiculous. That's what they'll look like. So I'm going to start out with some mascara. This is a Lorac mascara. I'm applying it to my lashes just to deepen up the color, evenly coat them before I pop on these lashes. My favorite glue of all time to use is this House of Lashes glue. I really like that it comes on an applicator, and it's actually, it's like eyelash super glue. It's very tacky, it sticks immediately. Some of the other lash glues I haven't had such success with, but this one works great. And then wiggle the lashes back and forth, bending them into a nice U shape. And I'll be using this Japanese lash applicator tool. It's kind of like a super large tweezers to apply them. Blow on your lash glue, get it nice and tacky, and then pop those on. I focus on putting it right on my lash line to start, and then I'll take each end, starting with the outer corner, and help push that back towards the lash line with my applicator tool. Push it down in the center, and then work my way towards the inner corner to apply it there. And similar to the struggle with winged eyeliner, it's always a challenge to get that second lash on. Make sure it's pointing all the right direction. So with this, always take your time, you know, readjust if you need to. Of course you don't see this because it's been edited, but you know, I might have had to put this lash on 3 times. Sometimes they wanna play with you, and you just gotta work through it. But in the end, it is so worth it because these flutter lashes are just beautiful. I love them. Home stretch, guys, time for lips. I'm using this Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the color Celebrity Skin. Nice, soft brown color, rosy brown. It matches really well with this eyeshadow look. And I'm going to be applying this all over my lips. I really like how soft this formula is that Jeffree Star created. It's almost got a little bit of oil to it, so it's very moisturizing, unlike a lot of other liquid lipsticks, and it just feels really great to apply. And taking a little bit of concealer and a very detailed fine brush to clean up along the lip line for any mistakes that I might have made and make it nice and clean. And there you have it, my completed look. I really love this rosy pink smoky eye. It looks so beautiful and it's so wearable for day to day. You could take this from work to dinner afterwards, and it's just a seamless look that I just love it. So pretty. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe. You can also follow me on social media at JustAddGlam on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and on my blog, justaddglam.com.